Alright, so yeah, our tank spent 20 for off-spec. Bam, he's down to 80. Our Warlock spent 30 for main spec. He's down to 70. Everybody else is at their current DKP. Alright, so that just keeps going and going and going. Now there's questions of, but is it fair to make them pay DKP if, nobody else can use it? For example, if you only have one plate wearer, nobody else needs it. Should you really make them pay the 30 DKP for it? Answer, yes. It's debatable if it happens to get down to where their DKP is 0. Do you want to just throw that to off-spec? If they really don't need it, okay. But if they could use it and it is an upgrade and going to help your team, please, by all means, give it to him. Don't charge him that DKP. Show that he got it, but as a total DKP cost of 0. And if you want, you can throw in an explanation there of why. Or not even count it at all. However you want to do that depends on your group, your raid leaders, your loot master. But I've always hated seeing people give something up even though they can use it because of a loot system. Now, this is people earning their loot. Now, like I said, I'm going to go with the sake that, people get 20 for showing up on time. The early, we send invites out 10 minutes early. So they're there, they're at the Ulduar Summoning Stone, they're ready to go, they're ungrouped, and it's 10 minutes early, I send invites out, I see who's where, fantastic. A couple people get their, 20 points right there. Wonderful. So, you won't end up having something like this, but I already have it to where it automatically calculates all the points for me. But see that, so, they can earn points a multitude of ways. You can also minus DKP for some other reasons. Some people do one where you can go below 0 points. And until you accumulate over the 0, you can't spend it again. But you can still spend it all the way into that negative by putting a really high bid. I believe that can be good or bad. I mean, it just depends on the group. Let's see. One other thing to go over. Like I said, this goes for 25-mans as well. And it works even better in 25-mans with really earning the loot. People may not have guys that show all the time, or they might have certain fill-ins, but you still want to have people be able to earn their gear. And those who actually do show all the time earn the most gear. It's a very fair loot method for basically seniority. Lobies, newbies to the guild, they can have a hard time getting loot, you would think, but honestly, it's not that bad at all. Everybody starts at 0, so, you kill your first boss, you have 50. If you're seriously a newbie to the guild, then they probably already have that loot, and you can just bid the 30, between 30 and 50, and probably still get that loot. But then the really big upgrades that, say we finally down a new Barak in TOC, and, we have a newbie tank. He's only got, like 100 points, but our senior tank, he's got like 400, say. We've been doing it, he's been saving it up, he doesn't need anything else. This other tank, he's been getting all the other gear, and, this really nice tanking sword or tanking shield drops, and it's the biggest upgrade for this guy. And the off tank, our newbie tank is like, oh, I could use that too. So he bids, say, 100, and our main tank bids 200. He knows right there's no way that guy's going to beat him out. Bam. He knocked a lot of his points off, and now this other guy's going to have a good chance at whatever other gear. See, so really, it's just a matter of your senior guys are going to get the better upgrades first. But your newbie guys are still going to get upgrades. So really, if you're coming into a guild that has DKP, don't be afraid. You're still going to get loot. You might not get the huge upgrade right away, but you're still going to get upgrades. Really, don't fear. People also ask, what if you have to pug somebody one day? What if somebody doesn't show? You're not going to be able to use DKP, right? Not right. Very untrue. I've been in pugs that have thrown, say, 100 DKP your way. That way you can still bid on gear. Now, I would probably do this in my guild of keeping that person at 0 until that boss died, and then throwing him that 50. Because that's completely fair. And then if they ever happen to group with you again, that's already in your add-on saved. So, they didn't get any loot, they left or whatever, or the raid was done, they come in the next night, they already have that 50 DKP, or they come in the next week. So, if you have a guy that you like to pug in, or a gal, that you like to pug in, they can accumulate DKP with you as well. You just got to learn the Web DKP add-on a bit, and it's really no problem. As an FYI, I may throw up a Web DKP tutorial on that add-on itself, and may show people how to upload it to webdkp.com. That's not a for sure thing. I just want to make sure that this tutorial gets out there first and people see it. Like I said, as of tomorrow, which is Wednesday, October 21st, we will start using DKP. And I'll try to keep people updated with how it's going. Alright, like I said, feel free to contact me or consult wowwiki.com for any DKP questions. Thanks for watching, guys. Best of luck with your raid and your loot.